I gotta say, I really like the name Marvel because it's a marvel that they're still in business. Badum-tish. They're trying to do something new now. Apparently, someone stole Captain America's shield, and the captain has to go look for it. And as he looks for it, he finds average people who are taking the mantle of Captain America in order to protect their communities. In other words, he's finding posers. He's finding posers everywhere, and they're like really, really bad. I mean, the first one that they make is apparently a gay guy who happens to be a character in the comic books. It's not a character who happens to be gay, get it? And he's got like the red communist star, he's got like the red socialist, but this is like discount Captain America at best. And the way the press is salivating, this is why they do this, by the way. Like, this is why they put diverse characters, is so that the Washington, the from NBC.com is talking about this. Too bad that the people who read NBC News are unlikely to also be the people that read comic books. Just saying. But they're like, oh, for the first time in Marvel 80-year history, an openly gay superhero will pick up Captain America's shield. It's like, dude, it's 2021. Gay characters are nothing new. I mean, you get to see them on every single TV show. You get to see them in manga. Attack on Titan did it. You get to see them in other comic books. I mean, Iceman is openly gay. Oh, it's the first gay character that's Captain America. Oh, fascinating. I see. Well, the next time you make a lesbian woman to play Captain America, the first time ever, I guess NBC is going to make another article, right? It's just like, it's like Walt Disney, which made the first gay character 9 times in a row now. But anyway, right, so I made a video about this. I already laughed about it. And then they made, like, the native Captain America, which, again, like, everyone is mocking on Twitter because the design is absolutely horrible. I mean, go to manga, go to Street Fighter and see how they actually make a Native American superhero, right? How is he fighting with these shoes, by the way? Like, it's very bizarre, right? Like, the guy looks like he skipped on leg day. Like, he never wanted to go to the gym for leg day. He just got buffed up. And yeah, I think like his superpower is to kill villains to death with laughter. I mean, like, look, this is a badass. You know, this is a badass superhero back when Marvel gave a shit. Warpath. Yeah, this is an interesting character. Looks pretty cool. Look at Nightwolf from NetherRealm. Right? Like, you can make some really cool characters, but whatever this is. So I was looking forward to seeing the new Captain America, right? The ones that they would make for today, and they announced it, and I was going to mock it, but like I'm looking at it, and I'm like, hold on a little bit, like, you know, like I'm already hyper focused. It's like, this is actually good. Like, this is actually okay. I can't mock this. You know, like, this is what is going on here. You know, I mean, compared to this, compared to this is serviceable. Like, if I was in the sales department, I wouldn't feel bad pushing this on people. I wouldn't feel like I'm having the most difficult job in the world. Imagine, like, being in sales department trying to push this comic on people. Jesus Christ. Like, you'd be lucky if people don't insult you on the way out. But like this is actually very, very good, right? I mean, she's got the thickness going. She's not like sexy or sexual or not or hypersexualized like they like to call it, but she is decent, right? She's no Starfire, but like she's pleasant to behold. Okay, like this creates a permanent scar on the retina. Like, if you keep reading this, it's going to give you permanent blindness. But this is a cute girl, right? Like, she's got her femininity going. I like the boots and the whole outfit, like the whole shtick. You know, she looks like a woman. In a Marvel comic book, it's like a woman without suffering from androgyny. It's weird. It's kind of funny, though, because you don't hear the social justice activists complaining, because they usually pick on the clothing. It's like, why is Power Girl and Wonder Woman having exposed breasts? Like, why do they have cleavage? Don't they fly around? Like, don't bugs and little birds die into those bosoms of steel as they're flying around? It's like, look, idiot, all right? It's a comic book. If it looks cool, then it's good. It's not supposed to be functional. It's supposed to look cool. And in this case, you have like these things which are holding her dress or her skirt or whatever. I don't know how they're called in the English language. You know the English word for them. Yeah, I mean, if you were like, why aren't they nitpicking the costume now? Why are they nitpicking? Because you don't need these anymore. Like, the technology we have to make clothing don't require these anymore. But anyway, whatever. Okay, so I was actually interested. Like, I genuinely was going to at least try to see what this comic book is about, because I'm not afraid of encouraging something that I like. Okay, if I genuinely like it, then I would read it. But then, unfortunately, right, and this is why they do it. It's like the first Filipino, like the reason they do it is so that CNN writes about it, right? Like, this is the only reason that they do it, because if you look at it, they might have like the first Filipino, the first American. They're literally white people with skin color, right? They don't behave anywhere different than any other white character. If you want to see difference, read manga. The characters in manga behave differently because it's from the perspective of a Japanese culture. There is nothing new here. The only thing they do, and this is what comic books are and why they don't sell, they're despair porn. Okay, like every single story that social justice make are about despair. They literally love their despair pornography. I don't know how to explain it. And by the way, like, a story about despair isn't necessarily a bad story. But when every single story has to be about despair, and there is no room for laughter, no room for comedy, no room for jokes or anything like that, turns people off. But, right, so my point is, like, I wanted to read it, but then I find out, like, Filipino American, Ari Agabayani, is Marvel's newest addition to its growing list of heroes. The franchise gave fans a sneak peek of her, and she's inspired, like, she's a Captain America poser. By the way, like, this is, like, one of the main reasons that I really despise this. It's like, this would be a really cool superhero on her own. Why do you have to make her a Captain America poser? Like, this looks something really cool. Why not make her a ninja or some shit? Would have been great, but no, unfortunately, they don't trust that she would be able to carry the story by herself, so they need to make her a Captain America poser, which, by the way, I gotta say, when you read the story, she probably wouldn't be able to carry anyway. So she's a scholarship student at a small private university, and she is fighting for social justice because when her school turns a blind eye to fellow students behaving badly, she springs into action and she's not afraid to fight dirty. What parallel universe are you talking about where the school turns a blind eye? Have you seen universities in the United States? Not only like do they preach critical race theory, but these people think that if you make a joke, it's like murder. These people think that if you dress like this, if you try to cosplay this character, it's cultural appropriation somehow. Like, what the fuck? Like, a superhero belongs on the streets, belongs in the gutter where people are getting mugged, where Lady Gaga's dog walker gets shot in broad daylight. That's where a superhero belongs. They don't belong in a fucking university to protect the rich kids, you morons. Oh my god, like, all of a sudden I'm put off. Just by reading that, I don't feel any relatability with her, okay? I'm not rich enough to go to a private university, so already I can't relate with this chick. And secondly, it's like, okay, so she's fighting on behalf of rich fucks. That's what she's doing at a university. Who goes to a university? Oh my god, rich fucks are getting oppressed. Someone do something about it. Call Captain America. What on earth is this bullshit? Oh my god, and it had potential. You know, for a couple of seconds, it really had potential. I would have loved to read something like this. I don't even know if it's manga inspired or not. Like, manga is just BTFO comic books right now. First 20, if you look at comic books, first 20 most sold comics in the United States, all manga. Every single one of them, right? And here you have like this chica, which in a visual medium like comic books has the ability to carry her story. And instead, what do? Oh, let's do more despair. Oh, the desperation of the wealthy, of the 1%. Yeah, the private university. Yes, yes. Let me know what you guys think, though. Would you read this? No, let me put it on that. How much money would you require in order to read this? Let's put it like that. Let me know in the comment section.